Hey, welcome back. We're a third of the way through our 15 Days of Original Oratory, so we have two stories that we might want to work with. I think the second one's probably the better choice, just so that we're not all starting from the car story, but if you have a really strong feeling about your car story and you have a good idea of where to take it, then by all means stick with that. Otherwise, do the other one, the most recent story that you wrote last time. Okay, we're going to go on now and we're going to really drill down into that third level question, the why question, and then we're also going to do a little bit of research and start drafting. So that's pretty exciting. But remember, don't get wrapped up in like the entire process. Only do the step you're working on. That's only today's lesson. That's all you have to worry about. Don't think about the next step. The next step will happen when it's time. Okay, so you've got a great third level question at this point. I changed mine a bit, and here's what it is. Why do some people lose their sense of fun and adventure when they get older? Okay, so that's a good question that I could Google. So why don't we do that? Go ahead and Google your question. You're going to open the Google machine. You're going to type your question in it and see what you get. I don't want you to read the articles. I just want you to type in the question, hit enter, and then see what articles come up. Do that now. Pause the video. Okay, so now you have a list of articles that can work as sources. I want you to do this. Go back to your document, 002, open it up, and then at the end of your story, I want you to type in these words in bold. Third level why. So you're actually going to type out whatever it is, like why do we lose our enthusiasm when we grow up or whatever it is. But you're going to type your why question, and then without being too picky, find some titles of articles in your search that appeal to you. Don't read the articles, just find the titles that work for you right away. I want you to pick 2 of them, and I want you to copy and paste them under the third level why question. Then you're going to find 2 sources that you're going to copy the links to right underneath them, right? So do that now. Great, so we have a section, the why section. Remember that there are 3 kinds of speeches, essentially. Speeches to entertain, speeches to inform, and speeches to persuade. We're dealing with the why question right now, which is the informative part of the speech. Because remember that OOs are kind of a combination of all 3 types of speeches. So the why question, we've got those sources. We may need to change them in a little bit, but right now let's be happy with them. We've got them. I want you to come up with a how question, right? So in my situation, it might be like, how can we avoid losing our enthusiasm as we get older? Or how can we have like a childlike attitude in our adult years or something like that? That's mine. So I'm taking the why question and I'm adapting it a little bit. I'm changing it into a how question. So that's going to end up being sort of a persuasive part of the speech. And that's the next section. So the first section is going to be informative. Why does something happen? The second piece is going to be how something happens or how we can do a thing. And probably we need to aim at the situation currently, like how can we change our ways in some way. So it needs to be related to your question though. So I want you to come up with that how question right now. If you need help with that, ask a friend or ask me. Otherwise, I bet you can do it. Come up with a how question and then go through the process again. Google the how question, type it into your doc underneath the why question and the why sources. You're going to type in the how question followed by 2 how sources. You Google the question, without being too picky, you find 2 titles that you like and you just copy the links over. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Great, so at this point we have 4 sources. We have 2 why sources and 2 how sources. I want us to go back to the first why source, and you're going to do this for each of the sources today, but we'll start with this one. So the first why source, you'll click on it, you'll read the article, and all I want you to do is read the article. Don't do anything else. Don't take notes, don't find quotes, don't do anything. Just read the article. Just read it. Pause the video and read the article right now. Great. So now here's what I want you to do. You've read that article. I want you to, underneath that article in your document, change the font color to red. And I want you to write everything that you can remember from that article or just summarize the article, list things that stand out for you. Don't go back and look at the article. Just write down what you took from that article. Just whatever still is in your head about that article. Don't make this harder than it is. Just summarize the article in red letters underneath the question. Once you've done that, do that for the other 3 questions, and then you're done for the day. You need to show it to me. Those are your points, and you'll be good to go. Again, it's a completion grade. Do it or don't do it, but here's the thing. If you do it, to get all of the points, you need to actually do it. Don't fake it. And go.